All this out, and this is going to be more of like a lounge. So we're going to make this an enclosure that we can actually walk through. This was the old sulcata enclosure right here. So what we're doing
What's going on, guys? Welcome to today's video. So if you don't know already, it's been storming down here in South Florida and we've got a ton of rain. I mean, Kyle, what does that look like for you keeping all these crocodiles out here with getting so much rain?
Yeah. So I mean, I've been down here 5 years, so I've seen my fair share of rains. Now, when I first moved down, I remember like a couple months after I started building the enclosures, I built the Nile pair enclosure and come out one day and literally all of it just washed in. All the dirt that we pushed up just washed back into the pond. So I've been through my fair share of floodings, but there's still a lot of areas on the property here that need to be addressed, that need drainage. And luckily, we have started the renovation process. So we are getting to that point where we're gonna make this property drain perfectly and hopefully not have to worry about too many rainstorms. Until then, we'll go through where we need to address.
So if you look over there, guys, the saltiness, I mean, that's pretty close to the water, right?
Yeah.
I mean, since it's been I mean, we've got maybe 8 hours of a break, so it's drained down quite a bit, but
yeah, that's the thing is this area, what's so nice about the crocodile ponds is it's not like Miami where it's like solid rock. So here, I mean, we've dug down 20 foot and not hit any rock or anything. So it's really like a beach. So, but with that, it drains very, very well. So as you can see, this is one low-lying area that this will eventually be a path when we have our sanctuary. So we need to address this and make sure it drains properly. And again, this was a lot higher yesterday when it was pouring rain.
So it's probably a good thing we collected those eggs, right? Because if they got so much rain, so much saturation, there's a chance that they would have just gone back.
Yeah, and as you can see right now, I don't want to get too close because the male will rush up too. But all that leaf litter will actually absorb. It's like a giant paper towel. It'll pull all that moisture up. Since it's so close, it's sitting in standing water. So it is actually great that we got the eggs out, and we got the eggs out right before all the rain came. So if we waited even a day, then we most likely would have lost all the eggs.
So Kyle mentioned that there's gonna be a lot of new renovation here for the sanctuary. So we're gonna actually show you, because of the rain, it's given us some points to address. Like he's mentioned, like the path over there. So what do we got over here, Kyle?
So this is the lowest lying area of the facility. So the way I set it up is I had the sulcata tortoises over there and I built them up. And the Cuban crocodiles here are built up. The redfoots used to be here and that was all built up. So essentially I create a pocket that just collects standing water. So what we got to do is figure out a way to pitch all this to get all the water on the property to flow somewhere. So it can't just sit in a pocket like this, because obviously this is vital space for a sanctuary. We want to make this an enclosure that we can actually walk through. So this has to go.
And all your enclosures are only going up to this fence, right? And that's gonna be the entire sanctuary?
Yeah.
So where's it actually going?
No, so as you can see, we'll go over there, but we're gonna be moving enclosures to the south. They're gonna be 1, 2, 3, 10 more enclosures that way. There's gonna be, the Cuban croc enclosure is gonna extend another 60 feet.
And is you gonna be able to walk through it, is what you say?
Yes, walk through it. So it'll be a boardwalk of some sort. Now either it's gonna be...
and is that only for us, or when people come visit, they can walk through it?
Yes, of course it's for the people. No, only us. No, so it's gonna be like the greenhouse boardwalk. Either that, or we're just gonna make it solid dirt with cool like culvert pipes that the crocodiles can walk through underneath. So whatever works the best, but we're definitely gonna have an enclosure where we can feel like we're in the enclosure. Especially the Cuban enclosure, which will be cool. So we have those. We have 10 enclosures there. We have the Cuban croc enclosure that we're extending, and then over here on that side of the fence, that perimeter fence we're moving too. So we're moving 2 sides of the perimeter fence to make room for more enclosures.
And are these enclosures going to be staying here just for the people to know?
No. So all this. So I don't know if you guys know, but I'm crazy about hurricanes. So this is not hurricane proof to me. So this is going to be the new Orinoco enclosure. So it's going to come down, not all the way there, but it's going to come out a lot wider. So as you can see, this low-lying area is going to be part of the Orinoco enclosure. Gatorade is going to be moved to one of the new enclosures, and the Orinoco enclosure is going to come all the way out to there. So essentially envelop his current enclosure.
So how big is that?
It's going to be 50 foot wide by probably at least 100, 110, so at least the size of Chubb's enclosure.
And what are they in right now? What's the size of their current enclosure? Like 40 by 40?
I think it's 40, let's see. It's 40 foot by 32 foot.
Oh wow, so you're getting a major upgrade.
So I think it's 4 to 5 times bigger than their current enclosure. I mean, they need it. They're growing girls, so we'll definitely give them plenty of room. And again, we want to get in there and work with them. We want to spend time with them. We want to train them because they are feisty girls. So it'll be good to train them so they each have their feeding stations, so they don't, you know, so they're not so crazy towards each other. And even though they are very careful with one another, it's just safer for us, safer for them to kind of feed train them, target train them accordingly. So as I was saying earlier, this perimeter fence is going to be moved to the west, and then we're going to be doing approximately 7 24 by 24 foot enclosures. So that'll be for a small Morlet's crocodile, or
the broad snout.
Or the broad snout, yeah, or Joker for now. So just, I mean, we're adding just here alone 17 enclosures.
Plus all the renovations to the current enclosures,
yes,
building
yes.
different stuff.
Exactly. So like Ryan said, we're going to be renovating all the enclosures. So once we move the Nile pear out, Chubb's, the white salty pear, so we're going to be renovating all those enclosures to make them much nicer, you know, re-dig them out. This will be a nice pond right here, and then that's going to be the entrance over here around the corner. Clean all that up, move all the tubs out, because they'll have much bigger enclosures. So all those Cubans will be in a 75 foot by 50 foot enclosure. So that's like the size of the Nile pear. Okay. So that's the land area and the water area.
And let's walk over there and show them so the Nile pear and everything. And then you have plans for the end of the greenhouse, which is kind of just used for nothing right now, right?
I don't really have plans for it. I mean, I know I want to do something there. I don't know if I want to do just those big blue tubs like this and make a land area next to it, because they're 16 foot by 8 foot. They're like 4,000 gallons, so they're a big tub. So I definitely want to do something back there, whether it be a natural pond. We have so many natural ponds out here. I was thinking just keeping the greenhouse more for younger animals.
Oh, I meant outside the greenhouse.
Outside the greenhouse?
It's right, gonna be like a little party area.
What is this place? Where are we going right now?
Just show them kind of what we're doing here with all this.
So this, as you can see, I've definitely had it set up better for drainage. You can still see there's definitely room for improvement, but it definitely does drain that way. So you can see there's no standing water.
And guys, all this stuff right here, so clearly if we're gonna be open to the public or open for private tours, all this has gotta go so you can get a direct view of the enclosure.
Exactly. So there's a lot to do, and a lot to do before hurricane season really kicks off. So that's the biggest push for me right now is to get it at least ready and set up for the new crocodiles to be in there by August 15th when hurricane season really fires up.
So you're gonna have all this done in about a year, right? Like, that's all this work? No, you wanna have this done in 2 months? Guys, if that doesn't show you how much gets done around here in a quick amount of time, I don't know what does. I mean, 2 months to do 17 new enclosures, completely revamp this place.
That's only
at this property.
Yeah.
And all these enclosures are getting taken out too.
Yep.
These were all temporary, they're being removed.
So the American crocodiles are going to go in a 75 foot by 50 foot enclosure. The Morlets will probably go in that one of those 24 by 24 foot enclosures. Chubbs is going to the new facility. I mean, there is a lot going to happen this year. And
this month.
Shut up! Don't remind me. As you can see, there's still areas that we have to address that are flooding. Just because, again, it's just in a pocket. So there's nowhere for it to drain out. It's just going to sit and then eventually percolate through the ground.
I thought you were doing a tourist area right here. Are you not doing that anymore?
A forest area?
Tourist. Like a
Yeah,
tiki
We are.
Do you want to say that, or?
Yeah. So, and that's what we're looking to do here is We're looking to take this out, and we may actually take the venomous snake room out because in all reality, who cares about venomous snakes?
Hey now, okay, so if you guys want to see venomous snakes at the sanctuary, right now they're off exhibit, and we were hoping to put them on exhibit, but if you want to see them on display when you come here, check out the crocodiles, drop a comment, let Kyle know how much you guys like venomous snakes. Let's get them on display, and not just on the private collection.
Yeah.
So what were you saying? What else going here?
So we're gonna take all this out, and this is gonna be more of like a lounge. So we're gonna do a little tiki hut. We'll have like vending machine or, you know, refrigerator and whatnot, just snacks that we can kind of relax, because especially if we're doing tours in the heat of the day in the summer, we're gonna want an area that we can at least somewhat cool and at least just get out of the sun.
All right, guys, so now we're outside of the perimeter fence, kind of showing you what we're doing here. I mean, Kyle, as you can see, there's a lot of construction here, so we'll walk you through some of the things that are going on and maybe a little surprise that's hiding behind that tree right there. What do we got, Kyle?
So this was the old sulcata enclosure right here. So what we're doing is we're taking that fence down, trying to save it, and we're doing a pretty good job of it. Well, I'm not gonna give myself credit, but the guys that are working for us are doing a great job of wrapping the fence up, salvaging it, and then we can use it for something else. But we're doing is cleaning this out, because we're gonna make all this area here more enclosures. So there's gonna be 10 more enclosures here that we're gonna have a big boardwalk on. We can look down on either side, and they're gonna be sheet piles, so they're gonna be rated for a Category 5 hurricane.
You're gonna boardwalk on these ones too?
Yes. Yep, so elevated walkway here too.
It's gonna be sweet.
Yeah, so there's a lot of plans in the works. We're gonna be staking this out this afternoon, all the enclosures. But until now, we're working. So unfortunately, we've had, again, with all the rain, when you dig a trench, it immediately fills with water. So it's very hard. You know, of course, I picked the worst time of the year to decide to pull this fence out. But we gotta get it done some way, somehow.
Here, let's walk over here and just give them an idea. So I think we can walk to the line you're gonna do now. Let's walk out to where the new perimeter fence is gonna end. So
okay,
that way you guys can see exactly how big this is gonna be of an addition.
so we're adding 120 feet to it. We're gonna come out to about here, so just before this swale. So all from the perimeter fence here is where we're gonna be adding. We're gonna be moving that, or not moving that perimeter fence, we're building a new perimeter fence, taking that perimeter fence down once this is secure, reutilizing that, and then building all these enclosures here.
Dang, and how many, again, did you say for just this little strip?
10 enclosures. So there'll be 7 50-foot by 35-foot, and just to give you guys a reference, that's like the size of Joker's enclosure, or not Joker, Gatorade's enclosure. And then we're doing 3 that are 75 by 50, which are the size of the Nile Parrot's enclosure, which is their water and their big land area. And the shed's got to move, the trees have to move, and I want to be done in 2 months. So there's a lot to this.
All right, guys, so I did give you a little hint back there. We're gonna have something new. So I'm walking into that room now, this enclosure. Now, I'm gonna have you guys guess. So in the comments section, drop some comments saying what you think this is gonna be while Kyle's getting torn up by mosquitoes. And that's one of the benefits of this is if we come in here quick, we won't have mosquitoes.
Yep, just killing all the ones that are still on us. But yes, so this is fully protected by mosquitoes, which is super nice. So when we work with the animals in here, then we're protected. All right, guys, well, that wraps up another episode of Primitive Predators.
Yeah, if you like today's video, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, also drop a comment, feel free to share. There's a lot of mosquitoes here. So we're gonna get out of here, get out of the mosquito area. But yeah, hit the subscribe button, check out our new
I'm wearing it, guys.
Now turn around. So look at that logo, guys. I mean,
ooh.
I kind of like that shirt. It's pretty. Oh, and a new hat.
Wow, I am all decked out.
All decked out. Well, we'll see you on the next episode, guys. Have a great weekend.
See you guys.